Inside EKU Sports, brought to you by Jimmy John's. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's, freaky fast, freaky fresh. Welcome to Inside EKU Sports, a production of EKU Athletics. We'll begin by talking basketball. And EKU has won 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5. Dan McHale with us. Dan, 2 good wins over Conference USA opponents.
Yeah, fantastic week. Anytime we had 2 rivals like that, Western and Marshall coming in, we got great fan support from the start, and it was just 2 fun atmospheres, and we were able to pick up 2 big wins.
19-point win over Western, never behind in that game. The first of 2 games in a row where you shoot at 51%.
Yeah, shooting cures a lot of ills, and we shot the ball very, very well and played well. To be up 26 in that game with about 4 minutes to go, to hear McBrayer that loud, it was awesome. It was a special feeling as a coach and for the players. So great win, and then even more proud of the next win against Marshall, because everyone says, you're going to come out a little flat with all the emotion. Our guys really responded and played well.
Let's jump ahead to the Marshall game for just a second. Nick Mayo was beyond fabulous in that game.
No, he put on a show. I mean, that was one of the best performances I've seen in a long time by any player. I mean, he had his 30 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, he was doing a lot of things. He had a huge block late in the game. He's really starting to grow up and showing how dominant of a player he is.
Nick has had 14 assists in the last 3 games, so he has become that X factor where you get it out to your shooters.
No, a lot of our offense goes into the post, and it doesn't mean he has to score every time, and he knows that. He reads the defenses so well, and when we space the floor like we do with our shooters and the shots go down, it's pretty effective.
In addition to the shots going down for EKU, the opponents are shooting in the mid-30s over the last 3 games. Your defense has improved.
Absolutely. We've worked really, really hard on it, and that's been a major point of emphasis. And our guys understand we have to defend and we have to rebound. And that's something that a lot of my new guys bring to the table. And it's nice to have guys that really take pride in it, and guys are starting to enjoy, becoming a very good defensive team.
When you have some depth built up through your bench, and you've got it with Marlon Adams, DeAndre Dishman, also Parker Chitty and Dylan Abar coming into the game, it certainly has helped because they've played significant minutes and significant roles.
Yeah, I said early on, they're going to have to grow up quickly. Those are 3 freshmen and a junior that hadn't played many minutes, and they're really getting some baptism by fire. They all know their role, and they're all very good at their certain areas. Marlon and Dish come in and give phenomenal energy, and they're great rebounders, and they can score. Parker and Dylan really come in there, look for their shot, and really give us a lift off the bench.
The game of Asante Gist has been a little up, a little down, but boy, was he really on in that second half against Western. Yeah. We saw the Asante Gist as he gets more healthy and as he gets more college under him that you expect to see throughout the rest of his career.
Absolutely. Being a starting point guard as a freshman is a tough challenge, and he hasn't backed down from it. There's been some ups, some downs, and I knew I was going to go through it with him, but he sees it, he studies the film, he wants to get better every single game. The second half performance against Western was awesome, and that's the type of kid that he is, and he's just going to keep getting better and better.
Is the biggest key to continue to drive home to him, make good decisions, because when you make the right decision on driving, it really pays off.
Yeah, he settles for his jumper a little bit too much at times when he needs to get in the lane and find guys, and I'm really proud of him because he's understanding and picking his spots a little bit, because he can get in the lane with the best of them, and when he's driving and kicking, we're a tough team to stop.
And the last guy I have left out, but I won't leave him out. I always leave him for the last because you've called him your rock, and he has been, is Isaac McGlone. He's your glue guy.
He's as good as it gets. I mean, the 3 he hit in front of the bench against Marshall was huge, and then you have the poise to make the pass to Dylan to knock it down with about 1:10 to go against Marshall when we couldn't score for a while. We were getting tight. Isaac's he's unbelievable.
Yeah, you got to work on that press offense a little bit because Marshall did get back in the game from 16 down in the last 6 minutes.
They did, yeah.
Now, off to the road you go for 5 games from Florida up to Muncie, Indiana, and then against Rick Pitino, who I know you're good friends with at U of L, and then to Norfolk State and Manhattan. We won't have another show until all that's over, so that's not an easy schedule.
Yeah. No, it's getting to a point in time where we've got to focus. Our guys have to finish up strong in the classroom. Finals start next week. once we finish this semester strong academically, we can really start to enjoy going on the road together. Playing 5 in a row is going to be very, very difficult, but I'm excited to see where we are by the time we do have our next show.
You look forward to going back against Rick Pitino at the Yum Center?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Obviously, he's had a major impact in my career, and I'm very thankful for everything he's done. It should be a fun experience.
All right, Dan, thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Greg.
All right, boy, the Colonel's rolling. They have won 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5, and good luck to EKU as they head out on the road. Again, Jacksonville, Ball State, and then, of course, at the Yum Center against Louisville. Here's how the rest of the schedule lines up as they stay on the road for the week of the 19th for Norfolk State and Manhattan, then finally back home after Christmas to take on Virginia Wise December 28th. And ending the year at Southeast Missouri State to open the Ohio Valley Conference. You can keep up with the Colonels with our broadcast at 100.7 here in Kentucky and always on the web at EKUsports.com. When we come back, we'll put down the basketball and put on the running shoes as Inside EKU Sports continues.
In a world where one hungry boss
There better be food up there or you're all fired.
could cost an entire office their jobs,
Who ordered the food?
and time is running out.
Someone has to take the fall.
Tom orders on Tuesday.
Today isn't Tuesday.
It's not Tuesday? We're all fired!
It'll take one intern and his trusted mobile app to save the day. Freaky Fast at a Jimmy John's near you.
Every day is a concept that few people can commit to. Every day requires a level of dedication that forces you to test your limits.
Every day I'll give back to the community because I draw strength from their support. Every day the sounds of your cheers will echo through my mind. Knowing that you have my back means I can always look forward.
Every day I'll be too tired to sweat and my bones will ache. Every day will provide me with the slight edge that I need to succeed. Champions are built every day.
No female runner in the Ohio Valley Conference has ever done better in the National Cross Country Championships than EKU's Charlotte Imer, and she joins us now, 31st in the country this year. She's out of Melbourne, Australia, and you really ran well in Terre Haute. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was probably the biggest race of my life. It was quite an overwhelming experience. Even qualifying, I think that was kind of at regionals. The week before was probably the most elevated I've felt before. So going into that nationals meet, I was kind of like really excited, but also kind of just the fact that I'd made it was kind of the big deal. So I think in some sense, I remember rocking up to the meet and just being like, okay, well, I'm here now, what have I got to lose sort of thing. So it's kind of like a here goes nothing. And
200 runners finished behind you, so you did well. Yeah. You told me you began cross-country skiing at the age of 2. Did that set the course to become eventually a runner?
I guess you could say it did. My parents are both really into doing outdoor activities, and skiing's always been a passion of theirs. So the temperature and the climate for that cross-country meet at nationals at Terre Haute was very similar to kind of the cross-country skiing conditions that I've had to kind of race in before. So I think that kind of was conducive to my performance. And it didn't really kind of deter me. I think a lot of girls kind of got into that race and were a bit upset by the fact that, it was, I think, 25 or maybe 40 mile per hour winds. Wow. And temperatures dropping into the 30s. And I think all season we'd kind of been used to running in quite nice climate. So yeah, that was definitely different.
Windy and cold. Welcome to Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yes.
Americans love to talk to Australians. I need an Australian fun fact.
Yeah, okay, my fun fact for today is that the most amount of Wheat Bix I've ever eaten in one sitting is 13. And just to give you a bit of a background about what a Wheat Bix is, they're sort of you guys have Wheaties here, the cereal, and it's just a big kind of brick of them together. It's quite bland, and a lot of the time we just kind of I think the standard amount is 2 to eat in the morning. Pour some milk on it and maybe a bit of sugar or honey to kind of sweeten it. But
so you ate 13?
Yes, in one sitting.
Is America different than Australia, or is it similar once you get here, get settled in?
I think it's very different. But I think it's kind of a bit more shocking in the sense that it's an English-speaking country, and you just wouldn't expect there to be that many cultural differences, but I have found that there are a lot. But I'm definitely used to it now, and there are definitely parts of America that I love and would intend to incorporate back into my lifestyle back home. So.
Awesome. Congratulations. Great run.
Thank you very much.
Charlotte Imer, she finished 31st in the women's cross-country championships in Terre Haute, Indiana last month. Still ahead here on Inside EKU Sports, we're going to talk to another amazing student athlete, Tyler Swafford. We'll do that after this.
There better be food up there or you're all fired.
Who ordered the food?
Who ordered the food?
Don't shout at me, dude. Paul ordered the food.
But I'm Paul, and I didn't. We don't fit into she's gonna fire all assistants.
Someone has to take the fall.
Tom orders on Tuesday.
Today isn't Tuesday.
Is that Tuesday? Maybe the intern ordered.
There's no way someone who's been here 3 hours ordered the food, and we've been here 3 years, and none of us ordered the food.
Break it fast.
You're my new CEO.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna fire you.
Jimmy John's.
10 seconds to go. Harper coming forward. Moves in top of the key. 6 seconds to go. The three.
November 19th, 2016, a day that Tyler Swafford, EKU football player and student athlete, will never forget. Tyler, congratulations. It was a day you had your interview and then found out that you had won the George J. Mitchell Scholarship, one of 12 across the country.
Thank you very much. It was a memorable day for sure. It was a hectic day, but got some good news at the end. Obviously, wish we would have got the win in football, but it's a day I won't soon forget, and thankful to the Lord and all those that made it possible.
So now you study in Ireland. That's what this scholarship is for the academic year 2017-18. Where are you going, and what are you going to study over there?
I'll be going to University College Dublin, in Dublin, the capital, and I'll be studying geopolitics and the global economy. It's a one-year master's program. So
you'll have your degree from EKU, go there. What's the long-term goal? Does Tyler Swafford know what he wants to do in 5 or 10 years?
Well, I know there's some complications with the NCAA, whether I would have a year remaining when I came back, but that would be tricky. I could potentially play out my final year somewhere or just go on to law school, which I've always planned on doing. And then perhaps practice in the international realm as a human rights attorney, or domestically. I haven't decided 100%. Maybe this year in Ireland will further elucidate what I want to do exactly. But I hope to be involved in human rights issues, global security issues, U.S. foreign policy in the future at some point.
And what a great way to set a foundation, but using this scholarship to study at a place that you are going to, you've got to be excited about it, but is it daunting to an extent?
You know, the past few days, Greg, I won't lie to you, it's kind of set in about the fact that I will be leaving EKU football, and it's going to be different next fall, and not playing football for sure. The college I'm going to in Dublin, they do have their own American Football League, and but they play like 8 games in the springtime, so it's obviously a different situation over there. So it will be tough leaving football for sure. I mean, it's something that's means a lot to me. I've played since I was 6 years old. So there will be some changes, and it's a time of transition, certainly, but I look forward to it.
Why is playing sports integral and intertwined with academics?
Well, for me, it's a competitive aspect. I mean, growing up, my parents instilled in me, my high school, Brentwood Academy, they valued, the well-rounded student, and my parents encouraged me to take the competitive drive I had in football and baseball and all the sports I played into the classroom. And I think at EKU, this story is just one of many that demonstrates how academics and athletics cannot just coexist, but can support each other. And it supports a broader mission of the school, which is to develop well-rounded students that can contribute to society in a variety of different ways.
There are 121 football championship subdivision teams, and we're proud to announce that you have won the Doris and Eddie Robinson Scholar Athlete of the Year Award. You'll get that in Dallas right before the FCS title game. And, he was a legendary coach at Grambling. Another great honor. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I just found out last week, and I look forward to going down to Dallas and representing EKU to get this award.
We're going to see you like senator or representative Swafford in Congress someday. I just want to know. I mean, are politics your goal like that, or you want to be behind the scenes?
That's not what gets me up every morning. I mean, I care about certain issues, and hopefully we'll go to law school and learn how to be an advocate for those issues. So. No, that's not my goal per se. We'll see what happens.
Pleased to call you a friend. I'm so very proud of you, and I know I speak for all Colonel fans. What you represent is immeasurable. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Good luck in Dublin.
All
right. That's Tyler Swafford. And when we come back, we're going to look at the EKU women's basketball team. They've got a couple of games coming up this weekend.
And Marv. Our blood sugar is dropping. Go, make us a plate.
31. And 31.
We'll literally die of hunger.
Would you slide in, please, Carl?
Freaky fast.
1.
Bingo! No.
Carl.
Jimmy John's.
With two tough games in the rearview mirror, the EKU basketball team has two games coming up this weekend. Teresa Nair is with us, the assistant coach who's in the EKU Athletics Hall of Fame and played at EKU, graduated in 2003. Chrissy Roberts, by the way, on the road recruiting. And so you played both St. Louis and Western, and they were both really tough opponents. What did you learn from those two games?
Learned that despite the odds that are against us, we can still play with anybody once our team decided to play. First quarters was tough for both games. We went away from our solid man defense that we played, and we played a little bit of zone. So team showed that we can play some zones.
From last year, you don't have your top two players that had assists, steals, minutes played, also your number 2 and 3 scorers and rebounders. So you're looking for those missing ingredients to be filled in. You have a lot of young and new players. So again, with time, you expect those holes to be patched up.
Yes, team chemistry is going to be important for us. Right now, Jalen O'Bannon is expected to do a lot. But right now, we're looking at Shavonte Naylor, Alexis Cooper, Mariah stepping up, and then we also have a couple kids that are contributing off the bench.
Jalen O'Bannon named the OVC preseason player of the year. Last year, she averaged over 17. She's right around 11 this year. So things are down a little bit. What does Jalen have to do to step up her game?
Consistency. Jalen has to be more consistent. Right now, a lot of teams are zoning in on her off the drive, so they're giving her that shot. She's in the gym right now trying to get better on that mid-range jump shot and also extending her game to the three-point line.
Alexis Cooper has been a good contributor throughout her career, and now this is her year to shine. How's Alexis doing?
She's doing well. She stepped up for us a lot. She's knocking that three-point shot down, and she's also developing that mid-range game and also developing that game of attacking to the basket. So she's doing well for us right now. Shavonte
Naylor is the South Florida transfer that comes in. She leads you in scoring right now, and she's got the complete package. She's got a nice game.
Yeah, she's helped us out a lot. She's trying to fill that role of Polly Murray from last year, and that tough shoes to fill. But she's accepted that challenge, and right now she's in the gym. She's working hard, and we're trying to develop that consistency piece with her as well.
You play a lot of teams out of the Mid-American Conference, and your next game is another one with the Zips of Akron, followed by a game against a Division II school in Ohio Valley University. So a big weekend of Saturday, Sunday, back-to-back games, kind of like a tournament atmosphere.
Trying to get ready for OVC tournament. Everything that Coach does right now is to prepare us for the future. A lot of tough opponents early, hoping to prepare us for our OVC run as well. So those games, this next 5 games this week or next week, pretty much developing.
We said head coach Chrissy Roberts is on the road recruiting. You both are in the Hall of Fame, both great players. Shooting contest, who wins, Teresa McNair or Chrissy Roberts?
Shooting has never been my game. I'm not going to take that away from Coach. Coach has that. she has that one.
She led the nation one year in three-point shooting, but you weren't defending her, Teresa.
I wasn't. You're right. So put us both on the same side of the ball. I think we'll be okay.
All right. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks so much.
All right. And here's a look at that upcoming schedule for the Colonels. Again, Saturday and Sunday, back-to-back games at McBrayer Arena. Both start at 2. Then the team heads to Dayton for the Wright State Invitational, and then they close the year on the road to face UNC Greensboro and Southeast Missouri State. And remember, you can keep up with live games, live updates at EKUsports.com. Follow your favorite teams on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Well, that wraps up our last edition for calendar year 2016 of Inside EKU Sports. We'll take a holiday break. Hope you have a happy holiday and see you bright and early in 2017. Inside EKU Sports, brought to you by Jimmy John's. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's, freaky fast, freaky fresh.